So, in the ongoing saga that is the arrest of Nene Leak's eldest son, Bryson, we've got an update. Okay. We've got an update. Now, we talked to you guys about this a bit yesterday. And from the standpoint of, what happened, why he was arrested. Okay. And for those of you guys who don't know why, I suggest you check out yesterday's video. It is for a reason that I will not say in this video because, well, it's against YouTube policies. Okay. So I won't say or utter that word, but in his arrest, he actually gave them his brother Brent's name. Okay. Now, that was wild, first of all, completely wild. And as of yet, I've not seen any response from Nene regarding this at all. However, from what it appears from our good friends over at the Neighborhood Talk, Nene's oldest son, Bryson, is unable to afford an attorney in this arrest and is reportedly set to appear in court with a public defender. So, what does all this mean? Let's get into it. All right. Since the initial charge of possession, right? He has since then been charged with another one due to him giving a false name to law enforcement. Now I wondered if that would come up, and of course it did. So his bond was set at $5,900, where he was released later that day. So I'm not necessarily sure who paid the bond. But according to legal documents obtained by Radar Online, it looks like he might be out of legal counsel for his upcoming appearance in court, according to the Neighborhood Talk. Now, apparently, sources are saying that due to him being unable to afford an attorney, he has been provided one by the court. So apparently, he informed the court that he needed appointed counsel because he was financially unable to employ an attorney. The documents also show that in the filing, he was listed as an indigent defendant. I think I said that correctly. So basically, that stands for, in legal terms, needy or poor, according to the report. So he will have to appear in court later this month with or without a representing attorney. Now, the comments are, in a shambles because there are people who stand firmly on one side of the fence or another. On one side, people are like, oh, well, Nene is rich. She should be able to afford an attorney for her son. However, there's another side of the argument that basically says, no, Nene should not pay for this. Because ultimately, at this point in time, this is a grown man. Okay. Now, there's a thought and there's a comment that I read on here that said, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Should Nene bail out her son in this instance? Should she help him pay for legal counsel in this instance? Or should she allow this situation to play out the way that it likely will play out without a proper defense attorney? Let's talk about it. I'm sure there are many of you out there who have family members or friends of family or know someone who has dealt with this type of issue before or is currently dealing with this issue. I know that I certainly have family members who have had similar issues in the past. And the question becomes, does the parent still maintain responsibility for the reckless actions of their adult children? And to be very honest with you, I am of the mindset that depending on the issue, I don't think that the parent should have to in this sort of instance bail out their child, because at a certain point in time, how often do I have to keep bailing you out before you learn the lesson that you need to learn? And sometimes people need to hit the bottom of the barrel before they learn the lesson. Okay. Or as Nene Leakes once said, learn from the lunchbox. Okay. So let's say, for instance, that she does provide a helping hand. Who knows who provided the bond for this in this instance? She may have done that. I don't know, to be honest with you. Um, what I do know is that I don't think that she should be held responsible for his actions at this big grown age of his, especially when it involves blaming or placing onus on or giving the name of the younger brother in this instance for a crime that he did not commit, which is also against the law. So we have several things here that we really need to consider when we think about whether or not or how we should judge Nene Leakes as a parent in this situation. What would you do in this instance if this were your child? Okay. I think that's the question that we really do need to ask. What would you do? How would you respond in this situation? How often has this particular child been in trouble? Okay. And we say child, but they're still an adult. How often do you continue to bail them out or take responsibility for their actions when they are seemingly not learning from their mistakes? Personally, I don't think that she should be held responsible for this. I don't think that this is anything that she needs to comment on. I'm sure she will be asked by some members of the press as she's maneuvering through, the entertainment streets. I'm quite sure. But in terms of Nene being rich or having any affiliation with a certain amount of money, I just, at this point in time, I think he's a grown man. He needs to start taking some responsibility for his actions. And sometimes the only way to learn is to learn. And that's the hard way. So, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Should she provide him with the assistance for counsel, or should she let him ride this out on his own? I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below, and I will catch you in the next